Welcome to Real Talk Wrestling here on Finn's Talk Extra. Here as always, Chris. Oh no, sorry, El Ginger Americano and Miami Clutch PE. What is going on, guys?
It's like Roman Reigns, we are back.
Yeah, yeah, just like that, huh?
Just like that. We are back.
That would have come back. It was one of the most epic moments, one of the most epic Raws of all time. I mean, I'll remember this moment for the rest of my life. Roman coming back to get revenge or save. I don't know what he was doing. Listen,
It was so memorable. Who would miss that?
yeah,
Yeah.
who would ever miss that?
Nobody.
Definitely not me. But I did watch Raw, some of it or all of it. And I watched a lot of wrestling this weekend. I'm sure you guys did as well. There was the Evolution paper, PLE, there was a Great American Bash, there was the ROH show, which I've been told by many people that the Takeshita Bandito match for the ROH World Championship could be match of the year. So just take that with a grain of salt. I heard that could be match of the year. So we also had Saturday night's main event, Goldberg's retirement match, or so we thought. Who knows? What else happened? Oh, All In. AEW All In. With a Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns like overbooked ending. Did you guys see that?
Yep. I saw clips and highlights of it, and I found it interesting. They tried to do their best impression of that Avengers Endgame shenanigans kind of thing to have Hangman overcome the thing and finish his story and make everybody forget that he's been champion before. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say this, and you're not gonna like it, Clutch, and that's fine.
I already
Neither
know
is
where you're
anyone
going.
else watching this. No, I don't think you do. And this isn't even like this is just what it is. Everyone that interfered, that helped Adam Hangman Page beat John Moxley was somehow, some way involved in the story. And they weren't old, retired, over the hill Mark Calloway's in a sweater. They were all wrestlers that are still in the storyline that will make sense. You'll never tell me, you'll never, ever tell me that The Undertaker made sense in that spot. You'll never say, you'll never make me say it makes sense. But you can tell me, I can tell you Darby Allin made sense. I can tell you Swerve Strickland made sense. Matter of fact, Swerve Strickland's interference in that match was probably the most pivotal thing that happened in AEW in almost 2 years. It was kind of like the Matt Jackson moment where, okay, Hangman. Remember that, Chris? Remember when Matt Jackson gave Hangman that was the same thing Swerve did.
No.
So everyone made sense, but it was Bryan Danielson. He got choked out, almost killed by them. So everything made sense, but it was too much. It was too much. Too many people. You almost forgot half the people that interfered in that match because it was too much. Because the impact that Swerve made was way more important. Kind of like how Seth's interaction and that WrestleMania main event was the most important part. So I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't like it. Chris, did you see it?
No, I did not see the pay-per-view. The only thing I saw from the pay-per-view was what Clutch had put in our group chat. That was literally, and it was the thing I was telling you to skip.
I saw it and I was pissed. I didn't want to see that. Not because you, Clutch. You didn't. You're not the reason why I saw it. Obviously, I was watching highlights and trying to find full matches on the interweb.
Did you end up buying it though to watch the whole thing?
No, because I found the full
it?
matches. I found the full matches I wanted to see. I found them. And let me tell you guys.
Honestly, if I had to see that, I had to make sure to send it to everybody, so you guys had to see it. Just because
It's come up on my Facebook a few times.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah. It was, and it's weird that they keep posting it on their social media and like zoomed in shots of it and everything. I'm like, why? Why is this happening?
Nobody wants to see this. Nobody, like, I'm happy Hangman's the champion. I think he's a great babyface champion that overcomes all the odds. And he's like, if he was in WWE, he'd be Sami Zayn, except for he actually wins, right? Like, people root for him. He's always kind of the underdog. Now he's not. Now he's some badass cowboy, finally. And I liked it, man. Like, AEW is getting interesting, people. But we're not going to be talking about AEW much longer because WWE had more shows, and Clutch actually watched those. And I think Chris did too. I will say this: following last statements on All In. Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm, top 10 women's match of all time. It was spectacular. That was one of the matches I was looking to see. And if you like women's wrestling, like everyone's going to be saying they will, like, oh, because this week of Evolution and this and that and Raw, Michael Cole, well, we love women's wrestling here. Like they really push it down our throats, which is fine with me. Matter of fact, no holds barred. Bobby wants to do a whole show on, which we are this Saturday. Should the women have their own show? It's getting that far out of there. So, what was I getting to? Oh yeah, women's wrestling. Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné, they freaking killed it. And Mercedes lost, and I think that's why the match was that much better because nobody expected that, or we all wanted that. It was cool to see her lose. Did you see her outfit, guys? What she wore to the ring?
Yes, I did see the picture of that. She had everyone's name on her outfit, all the people
That
she's
was
defeated post WWE.
that was cool. Did you like that, Clutch?
It was cool. I mean, she looked great. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
she looks like a star. She is a star. All right, where do you want to go to next, Clutch? Because I know you watched all the shows. I'm sure you watched most of the shows. Where do you want to go to next? You want to just brush up on some NXT?
Is the AEW hour over? 'Cause
Hour. Whoa,
hour,
hour.
you know what I mean. Segment.
um, you know, there's not much to say about Dynamite because I didn't finish it last night. And other than that, All In, the only match that I really would ever go back to watch again is the Mercedes match. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Okay,
So yeah,
so I'll get my comment in at this time then before we move. Edge, Copeland, whatever. That save was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen somebody laid out, about to get his brains crushed into like little pieces. His best friend comes out, panders to the crowd, does his pyro, and then he goes to help. That I don't know if you've ever seen the Jeff Hardy one where he did that.
Yeah.
It was so much worse than that.
Chris, did you see this?
No, I didn't. I didn't see.
All
I
right.
saw that he was back, but I didn't see the video. I gotta go
Let me
watch
paint
it
the
though.
picture. Let me paint the picture for you. So they turn on Christian at the very end of the match, as we all expected.
Yep.
FTR is involved as well, so that's very important because I'm about to counter Clutch's little dig there, which it to me on the surface it looks silly. So Nick Wayne's about to concerto Christian to hell, and then we hear Edge's music, and of course the or the heels are like, oh, they're stupid. They don't easily just hear. Oh, music's playing. Cool, rock on, bro. Boom. Right, that's what you should do,
Yeah,
but
just
they
hit him once
didn't.
and let's get out of here.
So Edge comes out with his spike, the big giant wood 2x4 baseball bat with the spikes on it, his new little toy. Um, does his thing, runs to the left, fires up the fans, runs to the right, fires up the fans, stands there, pyro's going off, dude. They still didn't bash this guy's brains in. And Edge, ran them all away and got Christian up and told, because last time, they had an interaction, Christian told him, go fuck yourself. Not sorry, Bobby, that was a quote. I can say that. And then Edge told him to go find yourself. So Clutch to counterpoint that. Who took Cope out? FTR. Edge
Mhm.
was never there to save Christian. He don't give a crap about Christian. Remember, they don't like each other. Long-term storytelling. He was out there just to get back at FTR. If Christian dies, he dies. That's how I interpreted it. He wasn't there to save a friend. He was there to get back at the people that took him out. Can you
You see,
buy that?
the logical person in me, I just focus on the seeing what I saw, and the logical person in me just says, just concerto him 3 times and hit him with a power driver for the sake of it,
Yeah.
because there was that much time in between.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was absurd. And Edge should have known that, but it was spectacular. There was a lot of moments in All In that we can't get into. We don't have enough time for the show, but now we can transition to NXT. I did not watch the show at all. Was there any standouts or was there anything I should go back and watch, Clutch?
They saved like the women as usual have always been the focal point of NXT. They get pushed. I thought shout out to I think you know her, so Ruka. She had 3 matches the entire weekend, so but one match after match after match. Her match in NXT was great, I thought. But after that, I mean, they had a tag team to have a little lead into Evolution, but and then you had Obafemi, your most dominant champion, facing a random two PLEs in a row that they do that. So nothing of consequence, and they highlight the TNA show for the with a contract signing. So I pretty much just ran down the entire show for you. That's all for NXT.
That TNA show, AJ Styles is all but confirmed. That's pretty cool. Are you gonna tune in for that?
I had no intentions of doing it, and then I saw he was pretty much confirmed. And I was like, you know what? I'll tune in.
It'd be so cool. I know it's not gonna happen, but it'd be so cool if they like AEW is like, hey, if they called AEW, hey, can we get Joe? Like, I just think that'd be such a cool moment to have Joe, AJ Styles on an AEW on a TNA pay per view to show like, and this is so how cool wrestling is. Like, we can all just go anywhere now. Like, the forbidden door is a real thing and everywhere. That would be so cool. But Tony Khan's so petty, he probably wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't
I definitely want to see that moment.
if that was possible. The machine guns, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that if they want to do like the WWE TNA guys.
yeah, that'd be dope as well. Yes, yes. Speaking of TNA, real quick, I played WWE 2K, and I got the new pack, right? The DLC. Abyss is in the game, and I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
If you ever watched TNA back in the day, Abyss was so cool. That's all. That's all I had to say. Do you guys play? You guys don't. You don't play WWE 2K, Chris. I know you don't. Clutch, do you?
Every few years I'll buy it, but not often.
I play when I can. Like I do have the game, and I have the DLC, and I played with Abyss, and I thought it was cool as well. I just like don't have much time, but I do play when I can.
Yeah, I haven't really played since the new packs came out. I believe like the NBA players, which I don't really care about, and it made me not really want to play the game because I want my wrestlers. But I know the Abyss was in that pack, right? That's the anyway. Me and Bobby had like a 30-minute conversation about that on No Holds Barred because he plays more than both of us combined, and he is into like Shaq and Great Khali. But he's like, I don't want these basketball players here either. And I'm like, neither do I, brother. Anyway, Saturday night's main event happened. It was a show, and I've come to realize what it is. It's just an hour, 2 hour long advertisement to get old people to watch wrestling. The matches are never great, they're like 5 minutes long, and it always features old legends, and nothing really matters. I mean, things do matter. Stories progress, stories end. But so it is what it is. How did you feel about the show, Chris? I know you watched it.
You know, I watched it.
Did you watch it?
No,
Oh, this
I
is
did
one of the
not.
shows you just said you don't have time for?
I don't got time for this.
Son of a bitch.
I watched Evolution. That's what I watched this week.
Okay, that's what you did? Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Well, then we'll go to Clutch then because I know I watched. Me and Clutch did our homework. This was the show of the week. The show of the week. It was network television.
Saturday night main event. This random
Yeah.
put together show.
How did you like it, Clutch? How'd you like Goldberg's last match? How'd you like that jackhammer?
I want to know what y'all thought about his speech.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
For the match, I remember the bell having rang, and I literally put out my phone. I was like, you know what, stopwatch, and it got over 10 minutes. I was like, huh, got 14 minutes, and much more than I expected from a Goldberg match, which is a very very low bar. Um, did I ever believe that he was going to lose? No, Gunther was going to lose. Nope. And that was I shocked that he could lift Gunther? Yes. He kind of like laid him on his side a little bit. Could have been a little bad for the shoulder, but other than that, I'm just happy Gunther got out of there with no injury. And but Charles Robinson did not.
R.I.P.
Somebody had to get hurt, and then yeah, the speech, and it just made it so much funnier. And I guess that's the reason why he's probably gonna have another match now.
So, I watched the beginning of Saturday Night Main Event live because I got home just in time, and I was really tired. I drank all day. I'm not gonna lie. When you're at a fantasy football draft at a bar, you're gonna drink all day. So that's what I did. Decided to go to sleep and go. I'm gonna watch the rest of these matches sober and like, clear headed. So I watched it Sunday morning. I had a great time. I thought the Goldberg match was awesome. Maybe it's me because I'm like, hold on, Chris, hold on. Maybe it's because of me because you didn't see this kind of Goldberg match in years. but it was like watching, and I paid close attention to this, and I don't know why. You ever play a video game with a kid, or you were a kid once, and they find a good combo like in Street Fighter, and they just keep on doing it over and over and over again? That's what Goldberg was doing, bro. He was doing jab, jab, forearm, jab, forearm down. He did it over and over and over. It's like, that's his move. And I'm like, so I was paying attention to see. It was kind of like how Brock Lesnar does the suplexes. I was counting how many times he got Gunther in the corner and did bro. He did it nonstop. So I was entertained by that, and I was entertained by Gunther because you say you're impressed that he picked him up. He didn't pick him up, brother. Gunther jumped. It's like Buzz Lightyear. He didn't fly. He was falling with style. He jumped. Goldberg, like you saw it, dude. He got his left foot up and he jumped as high as he could to try to do a handstand. Goldberg guided him up there, and Goldberg's like, "Oh fuck," and turned him, and that's why you didn't get that full flat bump. It was on his side because Goldberg didn't hold him like that. Goldberg did nothing. There was another spot where he ran up to the ring, kind of like how Ric Flair used to do, or Kane, and then but Goldberg got up real quick and threw him off. But Goldberg didn't do jack. Goldberg's hands were here. Gunther just jumped off. Like Gunther did everything for Goldberg and made him look like $1 billion. There was one spot where he did a spine buster where Gunther ran into him. Remember, Goldberg caught his leg and spine busted him. You saw Gunther jump as high as he freaking could, so it could look as good as it did. And the fact of the matter that Goldberg lost, got choked out, that's dirty. I think fans are pissed off about that. I'm not. I think it's cool. With the speech getting cut off, I thought it was the funniest shit because I'm sitting here watching the stream on Peacock the day after.
Oh yeah.
I get up as the match is over and I hear Goldberg talking. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't give two craps about what Goldberg has to say. I don't care what any athlete has to say. Really, at the end of games, I think they're just all boring to me. Like just whatever. If it's someone I really care about, like Aaron Rodgers or like Mahomes, I'll listen. But if it's someone like that, I don't care. So I just got up and I hear him talking. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. So I go to my bathroom. It's right here. I come back out and I see a Nikki Bella thing. I'm like, damn, they shut his ass down quick. I thought it was going to go on for like 15 more minutes or something. Nothing. So I didn't realize he got cut off until like I rewound. I'm like, did I miss that? Just got cut off and then boom, Nikki Bella's on my TV. I thought it was hilarious.
You just jogged my memory. The match ended and they went to commercial. And they came back from commercial to do the promo. So if I was Goldberg, I'd probably be even more pissed off because they went straight to commercial after the end of the main event. I was like, because the big screen, I was watching it on YouTube. It said, "We'll be right back," and I was like, so the show's not over. So I kept watching for a little bit. They come back to Goldberg doing a speech. He says one thing, and that gets cut off right away. If I was,
I got more than that.
I'll tell you this: if I was Goldberg, you know what? I would be pissed because that was hilarious.
It's just another thing they do to WCW wrestlers. Sting, Goldberg, Scott Steiner, like they just bury these guys, and I have a feeling we will see Goldberg in AEW. I have a feeling it's not done yet. We'll see.
Is that going to be his last match?
Tony. I'll say this: Tony Khan knows how to treat legends, most of them at least. The way he treated Sting, the way he treated Jake Roberts, like he treated these guys well. He still is. So I could easily look at William Regal. You know, as petty as this man is, like with Britt Baker and Wardlow, William Regal asked for his release and he let him go. At that time, he was not doing that for anybody. So he still did good for William Regal, even though he wanted to leave. So I think he would treat Bill Goldberg good. I think he'd make Bill Goldberg look good. That's a good question. Who would you want to see Bill Goldberg wrestle over there, Chris? Because you're more in tune with the roster. Same people, Chris. No one's changed.
Nobody. I don't want to see him wrestle. You know I'm not a Goldberg fan.
All right.
That act was fun in the late 90s, early 2000s.
All right. But you'd pop if Stone Cold came out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not a Goldberg guy anyway. Seth Rollins got hurt in this I guess television event. It was odd. It was strange. It was like the quietest LA Knight victory of all time. I thought it was a work when Seth went down and when he got up and took the BFT and lost right away. I'm like, okay, it wasn't a work. That told me it wasn't a work. So how do you like? What do they do now, man? Like Clutch, you watched it in the moment. What was your thoughts off the bat?
Right away, I thought it's a work, and then some. He just the way Seth just stayed seated in the corner. He had his eyes were like kind of in a state of shock, and I was like, okay, weird. And then he got up. I was like, okay, here we go. Then BFT done. At that point, I was like, yep, definitely not a work. He wanted to go out because he knew it was bad, and so at least he wanted to finish the match. That's unfortunate because we knew where this was headed. It was headed towards Roman Reigns, and there might have been a world where Roman actually came back at Saturday night's main event. Who knows? I don't know if he was there or not. That's I don't know if we'll ever find that out. But it's unfortunate because everybody wants to see like for me personally, I like to see like when the Shield people, like the Shield guys, square off against each other because that history and everything like that. And where do they go from here? I don't know. If he's coming back in less than a year, I would keep the briefcase on Seth, no matter what. I think that'd make for a good return. Um, and I think they alluded to that on Raw a little bit.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Now, obviously, Roman came back, as you know, Josh.
Yeah, it's a great
Big pop.
moment. Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, now Roman came back, and he's kind of stuck now, having to do a match against. No offense to them, like Braun and Bronson, without like that group's highlight piece being available, and I think it sucks. And it's just it looks like I think it's the same knee that he's always been hurt with, and that's just unfortunate. He just needs to stop doing flips at this point.
Yes. God, when he did that flip and came down, I was like, oh wow, they're doing this story again. That's what I thought. Oh, this storyline. Well, he's not the baby face. Baby faces don't get hurt. Or I mean, heels don't get hurt like that. So that's what kind of threw me off. But anyway, last
No,
thing on Saturday night's main event, we're gonna get to. Oh,
I was going to ask, do you think now that this really helps push and elevate Braun Breaker because now they need like a new frontman for the group?
I think. Glad you asked because I saved this for Saturday with Bobby and we talked about it. I think they need a new leader, which they're not going to get anymore. I think they need someone who envisions this has the same vision as Drew. Well, I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre. As Seth is Drew McIntyre. Everything Drew stands for, Seth stands for too. Hates CM Punk, hates Roman, right? Wants to change the business, wants to make everyone better, wants to keep CM Punk. Everything Seth Rollins wants, Drew McIntyre wants too. Now he's tied up with Jelly Roll, which we're going to get into right now. Um, I would, I proposed it. He would fit in as a great replacement. Great. Now, how could you replace Seth? Listen, man, pro sports, people get replaced all the time. In storylines, wrestling, it happens too. If you somehow have to get, Drew in there for some other reason, like let's say Roman just beats the shit out of these guys. Sorry, Bobby. And then Paul's like, next night on Raw or SmackDown, Drew, we need you. Come on. Like, you wanted this. You wanted Roman. Now I can get something to get him there because he's a main event player people would care about. That's what I would do if I was the booker, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Would you
Okay.
hate that?
No, I wouldn't hate that. I think it also, right now, if they're going to go that route, I think they're going to probably wait and see a little bit longer. Because I saw that they tried to take a look at his knee, but it was too swollen. They're going to try again in like a week or two. I think based off of what they see there, um, will determine what they're going to do. Because I could also see a scenario where Seth heals up enough to where he can't wrestle, but he can still travel and he can still be out there. Remember when Britt Baker was hurt for a while and she would just come out in her wheelchair every week? And she still felt relevant that way. She
Mhm.
wasn't wrestling matches. And it didn't. Didn't Bret Hart do that like way back in the day too?
I mean, it's very I mean, he doesn't have to wrestle to stay relevant. It's just
Yeah.
he did this leading up to WrestleMania 40. I forgot which WrestleMania it was, but he did the same thing. So he's always hurt, and he could be on TV and be a leader, de facto leader. But I don't know. It's gonna be hard not seeing him wrestle with that briefcase.
No.
It sucks. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah,
But
because now that threat isn't looming for anyone all year, and that's part of the appeal of it is you never know when they're going to come out.
well, now we don't know if he's gonna come back.
Yeah,
Like, we don't know. We'll never know. What if CM Punk's about to win the title from Gunther and he just comes out and it's all work and we're all idiots?
no, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a
I,
work. I
I,
don't think we're going to see him in 2 weeks.
we don't know. We don't know. How many times we watch football and a player goes down non-contact and it's like, oh, here it goes. It's like, oh yeah, he's fine. He'll be back in 2 weeks. It does happen. Please. Jelly Roll. Do we like Jelly Roll? Are we a fan of Jelly Roll? Do we know Jelly Roll songs? Clutch, are you a Jelly Roll guy?
I'm not per se a Jelly Roll guy. My girlfriend is, and she loves country. And I don't. If we're getting into like him WWE, I don't mind it. It's not like I don't find it such a big deal as these other wrestling fans. Like, oh my god, how could they have him in? Next thing you know, Jelly Roll and Mr. Beast are going to main event WrestleMania. Da da da. No, I I don't think I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's cool. You find something for Logan to do and be involved in SummerSlam, and the best thing for him to do, I guess, is to for celebrity interaction because at the end of the day, he's a influencer, celebrity, whatever you call it. So I don't mind it. If you're able to watch double chunk chocolate cookie guy all the time in AEW, I think you can watch Jelly Roll one time at SummerSlam.
Hold on. Okay, I know that wasn't a shot at me because I don't watch the pre-show. First off, second off, I'm hyped for Jelly Roll because first off, homie looks great. Last time I saw Jelly Roll, he was two of those guys. He lost a ton of. Am I crazy? Or did this? He's already lost his weight. I just haven't seen him. He looks great. On top of that, I think he sold great. I think everything he did in the ring was. I don't know are people hating on this. Chris, are you hating on this?
Am I hating on it? I don't know. The jury's out for me. Listen, I like Jelly Roll as a person. His songs that I've heard, I like. I sometimes worry about these wrestlers getting involved. If he's good in the ring, then it's fine. If we get another Travis Scott, I'm going to be furious because that whole thing has been a disaster.
Triple H
So,
talked about that. Did you see that?
no.
Clutch, did you see this?
Triple H talked about it.
Yeah, about how like he pretty much called out Travis Scott after Evolution and somebody asked him and he basically said like some people come in here and think they want to do this and they say they're going to do this and that and they don't do anything. We get committed guys like Jelly and Bad Bunny who and he started talking about how Jelly Roll moved to Florida to train, literally moved down here where we live, Chris, to train the performance center, and he's committed. So Triple H stated that as well. And he pretty much people are reading it like, oh, you mean like people are not committed like Travis Scott was? So I think he's taking shots at him. So I think if Jelly Roll's committed, move to Florida to be closer
Okay.
to the performance center.
Yeah, that's the only thing is I don't like those whenever the people have no idea what they're doing. If it's like Bad Bunny, now Bad Bunny, I was a little skeptical at first. I didn't think he would be as good as he was, but he was really good. And I get it. SummerSlam is like WrestleMania Junior now, with it being 2 nights, and they're trying to turn that into a celebrity thing too. And it's a means of advertising and putting your name out there further. So I get it. But as long as we're not wasting a spot on a big card like that for somebody who shouldn't be there, if it's as long as we don't have a Travis Scott situation, I'll be good. I like Jelly Roll. If you're saying he moved down here and is committed to it, then I'm for it.
I didn't say it. Triple H said it. I didn't say it.
And it's
You
also
just-
Tell me
not
why.
like it's also not like Jelly Roll's coming down to have a one-on-one match with Logan Paul at SummerSlam, taking away a card spot for another match. No, they're involving the Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton feud, and
Yeah.
that doesn't take away from that. So I think, yeah, there are differences. I don't think they're taking anything from anybody in this little scenario that we're talking about.
And I think it's good. So my wife came into the room when I was watching Saturday Night Main Event because that was the first match, and she usually makes fun. Like I was watching Dynamite last night, she came up and started talking to me. I'm like, babe, if I'm watching Adam Hangman Page right now. Like you're secondary to me. I'm a new world champion.
Wow.
She, and then so she walked away and said, "Watch your precious wrestling," because she gets so upset about it sometimes. She watched the whole Jelly Roll thing with me because she's like, "Oh, that's Jelly Roll. Oh, where'd he go?" And I'm like, "That's Jelly Roll." She's like, "Yeah, but where did he go?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's a wrestler now." And she actually watched it. So I think this is good. I think I'm becoming softer as I get older, and I see the reasons why they do things now. Like, yeah, I don't want to see your Snookies and I don't want to see your Bob Barkers and stuff like I mean Bob Barker's cool, whatever. But I don't want to see the people that just are just there for there. I like this. As long as Jelly Roll's committed. I would like
Mhm.
to get
Yep.
George Kittle into a ring because I know he'd be committed. I just don't know if
Yes.
the 49ers would let him do it. So,
I mean, maybe he's going to retire soon, right?
I don't know.
How much time do you think he's got left?
Probably like, well, he's 29, so 5 more years, 5, 6 more years.
Maybe.
What do you think? Man, I wish Gronk would have stuck with it. Gronk would have been good. Gronk, remember
He would have
that?
been he would have been a character. He's 24/7 champion. He was in the middle of a title reign when his boy Tommy called him. Said, "What are you doing
Yeah.
right now?" He's defending a
Gronk's like,
title.
blood money? Oh yeah, I'm in. Let me get that blood money from the Bucks.
That free agent money.
Yeah. So that was Saturday Night Main Event. One more show to talk about, I think. I hope. Yeah, Evolution. You watched Evolution, Chris. Finally, you watched the show.
I
What
did.
made this a show to watch though? Like, what? Seriously, out of all jokiness, what made this a show? What was more appealing about this show?
Um, to be honest with you, to be straight up, is it was the one show that I knew if I watched it, my wife would actually sit there and watch it with me. Because if I would have watched anything else, she would have gone off and done something else, and I was trying to hang out with her this weekend. And so, because it was an all women's card, I knew she would actually sit there and watch it with me.
Okay, you did the opposite. Me, I'm like, get the fuck out. You're
Yeah,
like,
you
come
tell
on.
them to get away. I'm telling my wife, come on, come watch this with me. And she stayed up and watched. She watched the whole thing with me. We watched everything except for the last match um, on Sunday night. But that's because we got busy and I think we got home a little bit late. And so we started it late. And because of that, we started like 30, 40 minutes late. And because of that, there was no way we could finish it at that point. So we watched all of it except for the last match. And then Monday we came home and watched the last match.
Oh, she was committed for day 2. That's cool.
Yep.
So tell me about it, Christopher. What was the good and the bad?
Let me get the bad out of the way first. The bad for me had to have been the battle royal. I'm not a big fan of battle royals as it is. I feel like it's too many people in the ring. It's too clunky. I like the Royal Rumble because you can have smaller amounts of people coming in. There's the excitement of who's going to come out next. Battle royals, if they're going to do them, they need to be limited to like 10 wrestlers max. Nothing more than that. And we already knew who was going to win based off. That's the other thing is they always kind of give it away. They always show their hand. And like we're watching it, and then like everyone's just kind of in the ring, and they're like, "All right, here comes out Stephanie," and then she gets her whole entrance. I'm like, okay, so she's definitely going to win this match, right? Which I'm good with. I think she's great. She's become one of my favorites. But it's like it was a dead giveaway. And then in the match, there was some girl from NXT. I don't know what her name was. Maybe Clutch knows that she was wearing like all pink. And you remember, it reminded me, Josh, and you'll remember this. The very last show of AEW one year, where the Dark Order was ambushing some people and they were throwing punches, but like not really. And it looks so bad. Every time I watch this girl, she's just like going up to people and she's just like
She's
barely.
NXT girl? Who is
She's
this woman, Clutch?
NXT.
I can't remember who you're talking about.
You know who does that too? You know who sucks at throws? I mean, you know who I'm starting to hate a lot more in Clutch? Don't kill me. I think Roxanne Perez is terrible. I'm just gonna say
Whoa,
it. I'm just gonna
dang!
say it. She
Just
can't
start
throw
a
a punch.
feud right here on the show.
She can't throw a punch. She botches a ton. When she does a mounted punch, man, she is awful. I don't know if it's like she's gotten worse since joining the main roster because she wasn't like this when every time I saw her down there. Clutch, am I crazy? Has she regressed, or am I just being a hater? I need to know because I don't want to hate on her. I think she's great, like
I
personality
think you're
wise.
just, I think you're just being a hater. I think
All
she's
right.
good.
Well, if you compare her, because here's my thing, and here's what I thought about. Because I'm not going to hate on. I want her to succeed. Um, the talent is, I guess, more of her. When you put her, when you watch Liv Morgan in a match, I'm trying to in Rhea. I'm trying to explain this like without sounding like a dick. And you see all these women that are on the main roster, Bailey, Lyra, who are just awesome, like almost flawless at some points. You see Roxanne and how many times she botches and how her stuff doesn't look as good as the Baileys and the Livs who we just saw a couple segments ago. I think that's what's getting me. And I think I think I'll get used to it. And I don't want to be a hater on her because I actually like her. I think what they're doing with her and the direction is going to be awesome when Liv comes back. So hopefully she improves by then. Liv did it. Liv improved.
Yep,
I'm such a hater. And
you
I'm gonna
are.
get some hate. I'm gonna get hate on that. So it's fine.
Anyone that's not Mercedes, you got to bring everyone down to Mercedes level.
That's not true. I like
Always got to
Blake
bring them
Monroe.
down.
I like Blake Monroe. I saw what she did, by the way. Great American Bash. I saw what she did. She turned heel. They should have never had her baby face. She's not a baby face at all. Her face doesn't look like a baby face. Her actions don't. Her walk. Nothing about her says baby face. They were really trying that Clutch.
They tried it for a little bit, but it wasn't gonna last. Also, this happened during Evolution, the turn. Michael Cole no sold the hell out of that turn. You would not have been able to tell that Blake Monroe turned heel.
Oh, that was at Evolution. I thought that was. Oh my
No,
god.
no,
I thought
that
that
yeah,
was
that,
on NXT. Oh, my bad. But anyway, yeah, I didn't know she turned. I just thought I don't know. Listen, it was so confusing. Um,
also,
because I
Chris,
didn't.
the girl you were talking about, she had red hair.
Maybe. I just couldn't look away from her terrible punches.
I feel like you're talking about BFAB, and she's not from NXT. She's just awful.
What was the color of her
I
skin?
listen. I
Just say it.
assume
Was she darker? Was it BFAB?
it could have been. It very well
Long
could have been her.
legs. Long legs.
I think so. I
Because
just assumed she was
I'm looking,
NXT because I didn't notice her from Raw or SmackDown.
I'm looking at a picture from the Battle Royal, and I'm looking at the attires. The only other girl with pink was Lola Vice, and she's great, so I don't think that was her.
She's good.
No,
Lola
I don't
Vice is
think
a
it was
Spanish.
her. I don't think it was her. Yeah, it wasn't her. Maybe it was BFAB.
Oh, she's one of the worst wrestlers ever.
Okay. Well, I would believe it after seeing
She's only wrestled
after
like a
seeing
handful of
that.
times. I swear.
Let me see.
Should have never put her in there. Evolution.
It's
I've only watched a couple matches, by the way. While you look her up, Clutch. While he looks it up, what was your good and the bad and the ugly of the Evolution?
I would have said the Battle Royal because of everything that Chris said, but it had the right winner, so I'm not gonna like shit on it too much. I'm trying to remember from the other matches what was like awful. Really, I didn't mind. I didn't care much about the Jade and Naomi match. I kind of fell asleep during it, and then I caught the end. And but the good, there was plenty of good. I thought the triple threat was really good. The ending
yep.
was really smooth.
So good. That was a great pin. Like that was
If
wow.
there was ever a time for a roll up finish like that, it's that one.
Mhm.
And then yeah, the main event. I thought it stole the entire weekend for WWE. I can't speak for AEW because I didn't watch it, but it stole the entire weekend for WWE. The match itself before the cash in was fantastic. It was top tier like women's wrestling. And then on top of that, you get a Seth Rollins Heist of the Century type cash in, make it a triple threat, win the title. And I'm just so happy because I had a small feeling that they were going to make Naomi be the first woman to not successfully cash in.
Mhm.
And I was holding my breath for half a second when Rio was in the ring with her, and then she just tossed her out, and it was okay. but I'm glad she got her moment. She's been doing. I mean, you've heard me talk about her for weeks now. How good of work she's been doing since she turned heel, and she deserves this. And it's kind of a from left field because she went for the Raw title. Now she's on Raw, and excited to see what's next because I think Stephanie's challenging for. They already said she's going to challenge for the Raw Women's title. So whoever that's going to be, maybe Naomi, it's going to be in Paris.
The first thing I said to Chris was, and I'm so glad this is not the case. And this was through text. Was, oh god, Naomi won the title. She's bringing it on Raw, which means Jade and Bianca are coming too. That's what I thought, and I didn't want that because I think the storyline sucks. I'm not into it. I'm not into Jade. I think Jade, anything Jade. If it was just Naomi and Bianca, I'm all in. But Jade ruins everything. I think Jade's one. It's done. Like like when you have a project, almost it's done. Didn't work out. Jade doesn't work out, man. She's not good. And do you want to talk about the ugly? Yeah, Jade. She can't wrestle. She can't do it. I don't know why she's in this spot. I really don't know. Chris Masters looked great too. Chris Masters looked like a star. Didn't push him, right? Like just because she looks like this, I just don't get it. But I'm glad they're not here. I'm glad. I'm glad it's Rhea and Io and Naomi. This makes me so much happier. So, okay, cool. Bring in Naomi for this to the women's of Raw. Let's see what happens because they're missing Liv. Liv was the top heel there. Everyone's talking about missing Rollins. Yeah, we're gonna miss Raw. Fuck yeah, we are. Sorry, Bobby. But no one's. Yes, we're talking about it. But Liv was the top heel on Raw, and if not, the entire company on the women. So bringing Naomi there was much needed because she's a damn good heel right now. Her promo is great on Raw. She's so natural because she's talking like her instead of some robotic script. So I like what she's doing. I hope she keeps it for a while. I don't think Rhea needs it. I don't think Io needs it back. Io's getting stale to me because she has no. She does her best with her promos, but at the end of the day, she's not Becky. Obviously, she's not Bailey. She can't talk. It's not her fault. It's definitely not. She's a great worker, but she's just boring. Naomi brings some action to the women's side. I love it. I'm into this. But you're right, Clutch. The triple threat match with the three women at the top, to me, I didn't need to see any more after that. I was done. I did watch a couple more matches, but I didn't see the Rhea Io match yet. I didn't see the cash in yet. I haven't had time this week. I've been slammed. But I want to now.
If you haven't seen that match, that one is definitely worth watching. Yeah. That match was so good. And like I was telling you, because I watched it on Monday because I couldn't stay up Sunday night. And then I wake up early Monday morning, and the first thing I do is I forget to stay off social media because I just woke up, and I just let me do something to kind of wake up. Open up my Twitter, and what's the first thing I see? Well, I see that the cash-in happened, and I was like, okay, well, now I already know the finish of the match, which kind of bummed me out a little bit. But then as I was watching the match, I'm like, even though I know what's coming, this match was still really, really, really good. Yeah, and sometimes if the ending's kind of spoiled for you, especially something big like that, you might feel like it's going to take away from the match a little bit, as opposed to everyone else that was surprised by it. It's still worth watching. It was like an all-time great match that they had going. And I was going to add to that, don't get me wrong, super happy for Naomi. And what you said, I didn't think about, but it makes a lot of sense. Bringing her over to fill in as a top heel definitely makes a ton of sense with Liv being out. But that match was so good, I almost wanted one of them, Io or Rhea, to win the match and go on and win the championship because I felt like they had wrestled such a good match that there deserved to be a clear-cut winner between the two of them. If that makes sense. And maybe if you watch it, it'll make more sense. But I mean, it was still a really good ending. And I think it'll be good with the title with Naomi. And then, like you guys are saying, triple threat match was really good too. That was the right match to kick off the show.
The thing I will add to this, and it's the last thing I'll say about this subject about Naomi, is I'm glad that she pinned Io to win the title, so it's clear as day she didn't pin Rhea. I'm glad they did this because I like the fact that they keep on bringing it up that Rhea's never beat Io. It's still true to today. So this story could still continue later on down the road, where maybe we live in this world where Io is a heel and Rhea's a babyface, and Rhea finally gets her big win on Io when she's a massive heel. So it means a little bit more because right now it's just babyface versus babyface. So Rhea beating Io wouldn't mean as much, right? Because that's not a mountain she needs to climb that mountain when the odds are super against her. So I like that aspect of it. And yeah, it's something different. Like, what do we want? We always want something different. We always want change. We always want surprises, like Roman coming back. I mean, that was a surprise. Everyone saw it coming, though. I mean, that's why I watched all the way into the end of the credits of Raw. By the way, always,
Always. Never miss a thing.
always. Never.
That's what we can
Never.
count on you for.
Yeah, yeah. Even yeah, of course. But yeah, I got nothing else to say about Evolution because I didn't watch much of it. I watched the triple threat match because that was the match I wanted to watch the most, and I think a couple matches after that. I don't think I stood around for the Battle Royale. I don't think I stood around. I definitely didn't want to stay around for. I watched Trish. I did watch the
You
Trish
watch
match.
Trish?
That was okay. That was okay.
Yeah.
I felt like Tiffy was going to kill Trish. Did you guys see when she did the moonsault? Her knee almost trashed Trish's face.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah. Our spot was off
Good.
just a little on that one.
God, man. But I did watch that match. Trish is just Trish.
Yep.
A match that meant nothing, but
The tag match would have drove you crazy if you watched that one.
what's the
It
tag
felt
match?
it felt like
I watched some of that because I like Sol Ruka. I think she's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yep. You know what? That's the first time I've watched her actually wrestling and not just clips online. And both me and my wife were like, "Who is this?" Like, because I forgot that was her because I've only seen like a couple clips here and there. And then as soon as I heard the name, I was like, "Okay, now I know who this is." I've never actually seen her wrestle, but we both were a big fan of hers. So, but
Yeah.
what I was getting at, the thing that would have drove you crazy is that tag match felt like an AEW tag match. If you watch it from beginning to end, even the commentators were like, we don't know who's legal anymore. Like we have no clue. I hope the ref is keeping up with it because there was just so many people in and out of the ring.
AEW tag matches. Do you like, Clutch? Let me ask you this. I know AEW's over. I know, and we're going a little bit long, and we'll wrap up soon. Did you see any highlights of the Swerve Strickland, Osprey versus Young Bucks match at all? Did any of you see highlights?
None at all.
Chris, especially you. I highly advise you go find these highlights. I had this is recent. Reese's recent bugging Josh. Everything bugs me, but this choreographed finishers. I'm over it. And this is when I started it. I noticed it at War Games when both the women were standing on the ladders doing the Canadian Destroyer, and Tiffy's like, "Is it my turn? My turn?" Like, or somebody, whoever was doing it. So they had to choreograph it, and then the women did it on the top when they both moonsaulted off the top. That's when I started to notice, God, this shit bugs me. Tell me how the Young Bucks did 1,000 super kicks, did all this, Canadian Destroyers, synchronized to both Osprey and to Swerve at the same time, in stereo, both take the Canadian Destroyers, bounce off the ropes as they do, knock over the Young Bucks. As the Young Bucks both get knocked down at the same time, they're both in perfect spots to take Will Ospreay's hidden blade. Swerve and then Ospreay both hit the hidden blade on Matthew and Nick, and they all fall down. And I'm like, fuck this, man. Like, I'm just over this. I'm over everyone. How did you know he was going to do his move? Like, how did everyone know this? It pisses me off. That's it.
Because they're that coordinated, man. That team was gelling. That team that just got put together. They know each other so well. I actually did see that clip. That is actually, you reminded me, as you said, where they did the Canadian Destroyers. I did see that part of it for like 15 seconds there.
I'm over it, Clutch.
No
I'm
coordinated
mad.
finishers. Do you think, let me just real quick, kind of off topic, but on topic. Do you think we'll ever get back to a point where a finisher is a finisher, and if you hit someone with a finisher, that they are in fact done with the match?
I'm gonna
'Cause
take your question.
I feel like now you have to hit 3 to 5 before someone. It's like 2 to 3 on a weekly episode show, and it's like 3 to 5 if it's a pay-per-view that you have to hit.
I'm gonna ask your question to Clutch. Clutch, is there anyone left that has a protective finisher? I can think of 2 people.
But like, will we ever get back to that?
No.
I can't. I'm trying to think of
I could think of one in AEW and one in WWE.
going through the list quickly in WWE. I mean, Cody Crossroads get kicked out all the time. Roman. No, never mind. Also gets kicked out. Not the last person I remember from WWE. Weirdly enough, that had a very protected finisher was Baron Corbin.
Yeah, no one kicked out of
Yep.
that, but nobody kicks out of the RKO.
Yep,
Hardly.
that's true.
It's pretty protected. And the other one, it still stands today. Not one single soul has ever kicked out of the one-winged angel from Kenny Omega. No one ever has. So that is the most protected move in wrestling history. But I don't think anyone kicks out of the RKO. Maybe they have recently, but I don't think it's pretty protected.
I don't know.
But everything else. But you're right, Chris. Everything.
Sometimes I miss old wrestling where like it was the fight to see who could get to their finisher first. I remember watching it whenever we were kids, and you're watching, Triple H and Stone Cold and The Rock or whatever, and it was just a fight to who could get to their finisher first. And then once that finisher hit, then you knew it was done, it was over. And like now I see a finisher mid-match and I'm just like, it's not a finisher anymore. They should come up with a different name for it. That's my little rant. You had your rant of coordinated finishers. I have my rant that finishers, they need a new name because that's not what they are anymore.
And now we're going to leave the floor open for Clutch to have a rant. What do you want to rant about?
I had a rant ready, and I kind of like lost my train of thought listening to this one. So I was like, But oh yeah, I do have a rant about finishers.
Let's go.
How these classic traditional finishers that we've grown to love get normalized into just everyday moves. You remember when the Sweet Chin music was the best thing ever? Nobody cares anymore. Now we see 20 of them every single week. When the pedigree was the thing that ends all matches, now you have Cody doing it. You've had Seth doing it. You've had people just doing it as a normal thing that gets kicked out every single time. I hate how these like really classic moves just get normalized into just like a normal clothesline, and it sucks. Like imagine like if they did the stunner like that, where you just kick out of the stunner, and they try to do it with KO, but KO was actually a finisher, so it worked. Whatever. But I hate that everybody has a spear now. Everybody does a super kick. That's my rant.
Brother, Stone Cold Steve Austin Stunner ain't nothing in AEW land. That's a 1 count. They over there.
Yeah, what do they call it over there? I forget.
They have several moves, but they call it the Slumdog Millionaire whenever Darby Allin does it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this.
And I know Josh, or I'll say Clutch, I know Josh agrees with you on Sweet Chin music because he rants about that all the time. Everyone doing super kicks.
Well, you know what it is? Sean, he ramped it up, powered it up. Yeah. So yeah, it has extra power. These other kids,
supercharged.
And plus, plus look at the guys throwing super kicks. The Young Bucks. Like I could beat Nick's ass. Nick Jackson, I could beat your ass. I'm confident in that. Matt, you too. Like look at the guys throwing the super kicks. Now Swerve, I'm not touching. He'll get. No, thank you. But yeah, like the Alex Shelley, those guys, Tommaso Ciampa, I'll kick their ass too, bro. Like they're little. They're like 5'5".
Honestly, I'm just here thinking to myself. Think about just Shawn Michaels down in NXT. God bless his soul. Just watching them, people train in the ring, the young guys, and it's just super kick, super kick, super kick. If I was him, I'd just be pissed. I'd just outlaw it.
Yeah, I was curious to see if they're gonna let Cody do the cutter. But they do, and that's Randy's move. And the rule used to be like no one does anyone else's finishers, and Cody does cutters all the time. That's basically an RKO.
Did you hear Cody's rule that he said in an interview? I think.
What was that?
If I get hit with the move more than a certain amount of times, I'm allowed to do it, kind of thing. And he mentioned it as a joke in an interview. I found that kind of funny.
It's pretty funny. I like it. I dig it. Can't wait till that happens again in a couple of months. But yeah, that's the show. I mean, we could rant more. I have more things to talk about, but we'll save those for next week. I really wanted to talk about Goldberg a little bit more and the outrage, right? Who was that? Who's that one commentator, Sam Roberts or somebody, went on Twitter and posted about Goldberg. You had 15-minute matches. Stop crying. WWE's employees are now calling Goldberg out. This has been honestly, I thought they were going to go one way, and they swerved us, brother. Goldberg just said, "Fuck you." I didn't see this coming, so I'm actually into it.
Classic.
What's up? What's up, Clutch?
He just had a 15-minute classic.
He did have a fit. It's gonna be the best when Goldberg just debuts in AEW and some random like Winter is Coming show on AEW or whatever. I guarantee you Goldberg will be in AEW. I promise you guys that. But we're gonna wrap it up here. Follow us everywhere. Finns Talk Sports Network. This is Finns Talk Extra, where the best content creators create. We're up to actually 43 subs now. When we started this show, Chris, it's like you guys know, we were like, I think we were the second show to go live on this channel. Bobby was the first, and we had 2 subs then. It was me and Bobby. We were the 2 subs. Now we're up to 43, so appreciate everybody. That's a huge success up till now. We want some more, so hit that subscribe button, like button. If you're watching on Finns Talk Sports Network Twitter account, which I'm sure some of you are, we got 22 of you watching right now. Go over to Finns Talk Sports Network, click the link with Finns Talk Extra. It's right there in the description. You can't miss it. And hit subscribe because you got some good shows over here. We'll be doing some Dolphins content. We got some fantasy football content. And of course, pro wrestling content with us. Guys, anything else before I get out of here? We get out of here.
No, nothing much. Looking forward to the SummerSlam card, seeing what they build towards.
Oh yeah, they have
it'll be a good show this year. 2 weeks.
2 weeks for 2 nights. It's going to be exciting. And guess what, guys? I didn't have to sell you on AEW because I know everybody watched it. Great show. Clutch, I expect a full breakdown of Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. And I will give you a full breakdown of Rhea Ripley, Naomi, and Io Sky. How about that?
That actually sounds fair.
All right, we'll do that next week, guys. I promise. And Chris, you'll just be along for the ride because I know you're too busy.
I'm just here for the ride. Guys. That's right.